is Dan from Headmania, and today we're going to talk about a very interesting product, actually a fascinating product. It's the PassLabs HPA-1 headphone amplifier, and you can see it here. You can also see the back here. So yeah, it's a single-ended amplifier, but we will talk about this later. It's also a pre-amplifier, and I thank jackfi.ro for giving it to me in terms of lending the product for this review. I actually been curious about this for a while. My only experience with PassLabs was it's in a very amazing system with the Martin Logan Summit X speakers. I think they were huge monoblocks, of course, excellent sound. But this is their first headphone amplifier, and they did not disappoint. We'll get into that shortly. So, how did I test the unit? I used the Meze Elite. I used the Hi-Fi-Man HE-1000 SE. I used the Meze Lyric, and I also used Biodynamic DT880, the 600 ohms version, and I'm gonna explain why. Also, I used the Rona Wavelight DAC. I used the Dana Fripp's Maya as Gaia as the USB interface for the DAC, and I also used the interconnects, the AudioQuest Sky interconnects. That I think those are actually the best, and I'm happy that I managed to use them again, because this was actually a single-ended connection. So they came back very handy. And I have to say a few things about this amplifier in terms of I think it has I mean, you'll find more details about the amplifier and more details about the sound in the written review. Also, please like and subscribe to this channel, because it will motivate me to do even more videos. And check out the written review, because you'll find more details there. I think this amplifier only has 3.5 watts, but it was interesting to see something, the specifications, where it says that it handle up headphones up to 600 ohms. And I do have the Biodynamics DT880, the 600 ohms version, and I tested it a lot on lots of amplifiers. The only one that managed to properly drive those headphones is the Ferrum Ore. Well, this was also similar, because this amplifier drove those headphones really nice. I mean, I think I was on 55%, and they had not only volume, but they had dynamics. They had a very good, very good tonality as well, and transients and everything. So you didn't lose any. It was a very good experience with those headphones. So that's something that is not easy to achieve. I've seen those headphones, the DT880, destroy a lot of amplifiers in terms of them managing to actually make them sing. So yeah, this is a definite win for the HP1 as well. So I think that it punches more than it says. I've seen amplifiers that have more watts than this, but they don't drive headphones as well, especially the higher ohms ones, impedance ones. And even the A90D, that I think it have 9 or 10 watts or something like that, couldn't even think of driving the DT880, and this is doing it easily. So let's get a bit into the actual sound. I mean, this was an amazing journey. This was something that helped me transcend into the music that I was listening to. And if you want to dissect a bit the sound, the bass is something to behold. I mean, it is really deep. It has a very good punch. Even Muhammad Ali would think twice after seeing this punch, and it goes deeper than John Cameron's Submersive. So the bass is something to really take back, behold, and enjoy some excellent experience. I would also say that the mid range is where it's the life of this amplifier. I mean, this is what it's about. The mid range is absolutely stunning. It is you just get lost into the music. You just vibrate with every instrument. You feel the body of the instruments. You feel the chest, the chest of the singers, because this is where the sound starts from the chest, and it's such a strong emotional journey that it manages to bring you on. It's something to you need to test this amplifier. You need, if you like this kind of stuff. I think that it was great with all the headphones I've tested. Definitely the best pairing that I have with Meze Elite, and it made them magical. The treble also is is also very good for a headphone, for a solid state. No harshness whatsoever. It blends extremely well with the mid range, and basically it helps create this magical tonality that I'm gonna talk about. So if tonality had a taste, it's like gourmand experience. It's so natural. It's like going to a Michelin restaurant and having the full experience. Everything is presented in a real life like way. Also, another very interesting thing about this amplifier is the fact that the soundstage. I don't think I've ever heard a soundstage to be so holographic in a solid state amplifier. This is something usually that happens with tube amplifiers, but this was the first solid state amplifier that managed to get to that level in holography. It is like sometimes I had the feeling that I had some speakers, the speakers also playing in the background. That's possible, but no, it was not. When you hear something right behind you, you feel like it's behind you. It's like going to it's like putting a VR headphone on your face and going into a portal with your music. Definitely something that is one of the best traits of this amplifier. Also, in terms of the texture detail, man, this is more. I mean, it's more than just talking about detail. A lot of times I've seen amplifiers and audio gear that makes you feel the details in a certain way. This is something that it doesn't even deserve to talk about details, or because the textures and the detail are so lifelike, so real that you feel like you can touch them, right? It's like being there. It's like feeling the material of the instruments, feeling everything. It's like feeling the music, right? The music gets a corporeal form. So this is one of the things that again contributed to the magical experience of this amplifier. I was listening to a song, and you can find more about that song in the written review. But there's a song there by Katerina. I'm not going to say more than that. You'll find the link in the review. Where the experience was so primal. It was so. I felt that voice was transcending the space-time continuum. It went over the layer, the 3D space. It went back in time. It made me also go back in time, further away in the future. I was at one point somewhere in Narnia. I visited Middle Earth, and I think at one point I saw Odin when created the realms. Yeah. So it was such a journey on that experience with this musical on that song that I felt every note. It was like an emotional journey. I actually felt a bit tired afterward because it was so powerful. And that song actually is very good because if you feel that it's not impressive on your system, and if you feel like it's a bit shouty, you have something wrong with that system. I'm telling you. So yeah, this is an amplifier where I can say that the PassLab HPA-1 is so good that you cannot casually listen to music. No, I just had to stop everything what I was doing and just listen to the music, become one with the music. I closed the monitor, I closed the lights. It was I closed my eyes and I just got lost into the music. It's such an amazing journey that you can feel every musical note. Again, the music gets a corporeal form. You can touch it. You can get lost into it. I mean, definitely this is actually the best amplifier that I managed to test at my house. So this is definitely the best amplifier that I experienced in my house. And again, I forgot to mention something in terms of transients, in terms of dynamics. The leading edges of the instruments. This is something very interesting because the transient is explosive. It's very powerful. The decay is the attack is very explosive from the transient, and the decay is very detailed. It creates a full sound experience. It's a rounded, every note is rounded, but not in a bad way. It's like a full. You don't feel you lose anything. So it's a balance between. This is a balance that very few manage to. They have many have tried, and very few have managed to achieve this balance between musicality, naturalness, lifelike experience, and raw attack, raw decay. Right. This is again something that contributes to this journey that this amplifier can take you on. So if you the only thing that I would say I've liked about to have for this amplifier to have, and I cannot fault it in the terms of sound. It's amazing. Again, this was the best amplifier I had at the house for testing. Um, it's the fact that from a connectivity perspective, I would have liked for it to be balanced. So it's not balanced, it's single-ended, and it doesn't have any fault in the sound perspective, in the performance perspective. It sounded amazing. But if you have an amplifier that is only balanced, I cannot. For example, I have a benchmark HB2, and I would have liked to see how it performs as a preamplifier. I can't use it because it only has single-ended. It's RCAs, and our benchmark only has balanced inputs. So from a connectivity perspective, I would have liked to have this possibility of playing around with balanced and single-ended as well. Also, if it's a preamplifier, it would have been very helpful if it had a remote. Because if you want to go back and listen to the speakers without going back and forth to change the volume, because you will do that, that would have been helpful. But as a headphone amplifier, if you don't have these use cases or these connectivity issues, this is the best. Again, this is the best sounding amplifier that I had for test at home. It was a very emotional experience, and if you have the chance to listen to it, definitely give it a try. So thank you very much. Again, don't forget to check out the review, and see you in the next one.